Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. My name is Nolan, aka Net Chess and Chill, and we are going to be going over one of my rapid games. It's going to be a little different than normal, but bear with me. Here we go. And we're off. So we're going to start everything off with a Sicilian. We're going to play c5. They're going to bring their knight out. We're going to play d6. Now, they go to fianchetto their bishop, a little different. I'm just going to stick with the program, right? Bring the knight out to f6. They're going to bring their bishop to g2. Now, the computer, I think, wants me to play knight to c6, but we go for our own. Kind of like little fianchetto bishop. I'm like, you got one? I got one. What's good, bro? Well, it's good. I don't know if he knows what's good. I think I do. So, I'm going to castle, he's going to castle, and here we are. We have a position. Now, I brought my knight out. I decided finish developing, get things out. He goes for the wonderful little f4, and I kind of like his little pawn thing going. He's got like some dark squared pawns. He's got some light squared pawns. It looks really cool. I think he's doing a cool thing. I decide, let's pin the knight. Let's pin the knight. What is he going to do? He's going to sit there and just let me pin him. Yeah. No, he's going to play h3. So like, what are you going to do with that? Well, the best thing to do per the computer is probably drop the bishop back to like d7, right? d7 for the bishop would be a fantastic square back where he's supposed to be. Nope, I take the knight. I take the knight. I moved it there. I knew what I wanted. I'm going to take the knight. He takes with the queen. I'm like, oh, you know what? I got something for you. Knight to d4. Knight to d4. What do you got to say to that? Yeah, simple move. Queen to f2. Simple move. Simple move. Now, granted, my knight is pretty cool here on d4. But longevity there is probably going to be short-lived. I mean, you got moves like c3. You got all sorts of things eventually in the future. He can live there at least for the time being. He's doing all right. Now, you guys might have thought that I knew what chess is all about. What do you guys think that me moving rook to b8 meant? Because I'll tell you right now, my thought was to push this pawn. You know what I could have done instead of moving rook b8 is just push the pawn. I could have also done what the computer wanted and played rook to c8. That would have been good too, right? But I mean, dude, I could have just pushed the pawn. The knight can't take. I don't think he can take. I mean, I can take the knight. I mean, if you do take, I'll take you. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. It's a very silly move. Now here, you would think, yeah, that's a strong knight. My knight's a strong knight. He should probably kick out my knight. I should probably kick out his knight. You would think correctly, because that is exactly what you should be thinking. In my head, I was like, my knight's a strong knight. His knight's a strong knight. Let's ask the knight why he's there. He takes my knight. I take his knight, and I take it with the bishop, not the queen. Now, he can ask my knight, what are you doing here? I gotta go back, you know. I really got no good squares. I gotta go back. So we go back to c6, knight to c6. He brings the bishop out, and I'm like, oh, cool. Queen to b6, gotta be the move, right? Let's look at the pawn that's defended by the queen. I don't think that that's the move. I don't think so. The computer wants like some a5 kind of stuff. I mean, let's look at the bright side. We connected our rooks. We undefended our bishop. We are attacking a pawn that is already defended, but we connected our rooks. I mean, you know, right? We did that. We connected our rooks. We did. Oh, God. I don't know if you guys noticed, but also, amongst the confusion, there's a weird pin on my queen right now, and my queen cannot take that pawn. Tough spot. Tough spot. This is a tough spot. I mean, should we take? Probably, yeah. Well, yeah, let's take. Because now he can do this, and I still can't take that, and I gotta go back, and yeah, man, whoa. Great move, great move, great move. It's good. It's good. Yeah, not only, let's slow down. I'm getting, it's like war flashbacks. All right. This is not just any move. I can't take the pawn, which is why my queen was here in the first place. Misplaced, for sure. But this is a fork. It's a fork. It's a fork. Not good. So this queen retreat was like, alright, bet. I ain't losing. You gonna win the exchange? But I'm coming. Let's go. And I fought back. Boy, did I. Let's go. Winning some tempos. Oh, he gives me the exchange back. So I take back with the queen. Best. You definitely don't want to take back with the knight. Take back with the queen. The reason you don't take back with the knight is because he just has a move like d4 and your knight is pinned to the queen. You're screwed. So he takes my knight with his bishop, and I decide in this position to take his queen. I've highlighted some things on the board. It is a 4-on-2 on the queen side for our opponent, and it is a 4-on-2 for us on the king side. Me taking this bishop with my pawn is a problem, but I'll tell you right now, the best move is by far to give this check. And yeah, sure, he's going to play d4 to block the check. He could move his queen over to do it as well, but like I'm pretty sure he would just play d4. That would be the move that most people played. Or you could move the king, but I would imagine most people would just play d4. And you just win the bishop with your queen, and that way you at least have 2 combined pawns against the 4. That's my thought. I take the queen, and we are in a weird spot here, folks. We are in a weird spot. He's attacking things. I say, hey, you take this pawn, I'm going to take this pawn. Equal trade, right? One's in the center, though. I'm pretty happy about that one. He's like, I'm going to defend it. So I decide, I'm going to defend mine. Not the best move. The computer's got other plans. I thought, let's make space, get my king forward. His king is really far forward. I want to be as advanced as his king. I do. I really do. His king is far above the times. He's made a mistake now, right? And the idea was that there is a pawn hanging, and you can actually kind of fork pawns with this rook move to a6. You can fork 2 pawns. I decide to move the king, and I take this pawn, which is a fantastic move. However, when he takes this pawn, this is where I start to mess up. So I took here. I needed to actually, like, reinforce, right? Like, an e5 push right here is actually really strong, because if he ever takes, I actually do have this move. e4. Really, just having this pawn being a passed pawn is just fantastic. So I should have seen that. I didn't see it. And it is a passed pawn still, but it's not as advanced as it could have been, and it could have been participating in this attack, which it's not right now. It's kind of back here just hanging. So I give this check. The king moves over to e3. We go to push a pawn, right? The computer wants me to take the pawn, but I wanted to save this pawn from the rook. That was my thought. So not a bad move. That was my thought. I take the pawn finally. He comes over. He's attacking this pawn, right? Now in my head, I'm like, hey, I don't know if he can stop. Whoops, this pawn push. I don't know if he can. I really don't. So I'm gonna push the pawn. He takes the pawn. I'm like, okay. I'm doing some math. Not good math, but I'm doing some math. And I'm like, hey, man, I don't know. Push, right? He takes. Now, this is where I have a problem. This g6 pawn, if he takes that, it comes with check. That's check on my king. That's a problem. We can't allow that. But I allow it, and he takes. I have to move the king. He takes my rook, and I take his rook. No, I don't take the rook. Oh, my God. I push h2. Now, there's a big reason why this is a problem, right? He's about to win the game in one move. And if you guys can see that, it's literally just rook to g8. Now, the problem is that I can't actually ever defend this pawn. But even if I don't know. Let's not talk hypothetical. I can't defend the pawn because if I go to h4, he's just going to play rook to h8, and that's actually a checkmate. I can't go to any square from there. So, yeah, this square would be a checkmate. That would be a problem. Now, if I, I don't know, could potentially go there and it wouldn't be a checkmate, I still couldn't defend the pawn, is the problem. I'm too far away. The king is too close, and I can't actually ever get to this square. So, that was it. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys got to watch a defeat. I resigned in this position because I saw that I couldn't even move to H4. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Excuse the mic tap. Cut. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This is a new format for me, so we're trying something different. I am gonna do my best to try and keep things as whimsical and fun as possible in the future, and also keep pushing for that chess ELO. So hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you. Gone.